Oh no, it's you again. Why, hello, my friends, and welcome back to another story. Today we are coming back to another D&D story. I just actually finished uploading one, so go check that out if you want. Um, it was a great one. It was hilarious. So today I'm doing another one. This one is about my campaign as Clovus. Well, the new one. Since the other one I was playing as Clovus was sadly stopped, so um. I didn't want to have to deal with stopping again, and because right as that one stopped, I just got to being Clovis. So, yeah, last thing I did as Clovis in that one was I got harpooned. Yeah, my buddy harpooned me. It sucked. I was in a barrel sleeping for some reason. We didn't know how to put my character in when I missed a session. Um, yeah, I was in a barrel and with a harpoon spear lance. Can't remember which one. He threw it to bring it over, and it harpooned me in the side. It hurt. Yeah. He apologized, but it sucked. Anyways, the one I'm currently playing as, Clovis von Lucius Hugh, the Tiefling Bard, um, with one level in Dragon Sorcerer, so I can have permanent mage armor. My friend hates me for it. He thinks I'm stupid in doing it. I don't disagree or agree with him. I just wanted permanent mage armor as a 15 AC, so yeah. Anyways, so in this new campaign, Clovis recently um went to he was contracted by the Thieves Guild without a choice. He didn't have a say in the matter, so he went down there. They recently killed an orc boss and got a dagger back for the Thieves Guild master. And then there was something before that too. I can't. Oh yeah. Um, uh, Solved the problem of lycanthropy, which was in the sewers. Where narwhals, or where orcas. Sorry. Yeah, my buddy homebrewed that. They were so funny. First time he did this. This is my second time playing this campaign. And first time I played it, I was playing as Dr. Burns. Dr. Burns is so fun. He was pulled into the water by the werewolf. Yeah, sucked. And then my buddy threw a sword in to try and help me. The werewolf got the sword. I hated him for it. Sadly, Dr. Burns never learned who threw the sword in. Anyways, so, we solved that problem, then went for the orc chieftain. We killed him, took his axe, which granted him the abilities of haste. Haste is scary. Yeah. We killed him, brought it back to the church after celebrating with the orc tribe, because the orc tribe didn't like him since he just wanted to kill things. And he was driven mad by the axe. We brought the axe back to the church to purify it because it was cursed. And then we went to a noble home, which Clovis's background is a noble. And a tragic thing happened to Clovis way back when with his family. A slaver, Seeth, came in and burned his house to the ground when he wasn't there, and killed a few of his family members, and then took some of his family members for slaves to sell off. So now he's hunting Seeth and to retrieve his family and stuff. Anyways, he went into this noble home, because we needed to steal a stone egg. I'll get to what it does maybe later. And so my plan was, why don't I go up to the front gate, address that I am a noble and I've come to talk, and warn them of Seeth, and then you could pretend to be my manager, since I am a playwright and a musician, and a writer. Well, that's with playwright. Anyways, you can pretend to be my bodyguard, and you can. Why don't you shapeshift into something small and hide in my jacket, and then when we get inside, you can scurry off and look for clues. And so the party agreed to this, and we go in, and the family actually recognizes me and knows me. Uh, I knew the father of this family. So as I went in, I talked to the guards and was like, "Can I see somebody of the family here?" And they're like, "All right, come with us. We'll show you to one of the family members." And so they bring us up into what was, I think it was the bedroom of somebody. I can't remember if it was a bedroom. Friend, if you're watching this, put in the comments what kind of room it was if you remember. Anyways, I go in there and I see this woman, and she's human, and I think yeah, she was human, and I'm talking with her. I'm like, we're getting to know each other. This is quite nice. And we're having a conversation. I was like, could I see your father by any chance? And she's like, well, my father's with a patient at the moment. And then I find out the father is some kind of a doctor. Clovus doesn't know what kind of doctor yet. But then I was told it was a psychiatrist. He was pretending to be, or not pretending, but he was being a psychiatrist way back in the days. So probably like the first one in that world, at least, maybe. And so she says, my father's busy with a patient at the moment, but I can take you to my mother. I was like, oh, that would be lovely. And so we go down to the library, which for some reason has a bed in there. That was never explained. And so she's quite old. And I learned that this is one of the daughters. The middle daughter. The eldest daughter is was training. Can't remember her name. She was training with the guard because she was a tomboy. And then there's a very small young daughter. She was, I think, about 5. Adam said. And so she's reading a little. Well, not reading. She's looking at pictures in a picture book. And I meet the mother, and I'm like, good to see you. And how have you all been doing? And then we get into chatting and stuff, and it's like wonderful. And then I'm like, I was like, could I take a look at your books? And she's like, of course. And so I look around with the books, and I find one of my old playwrights, my very first playwright when I was a teenager. I was trying to write, apparently I was trying to write a romance scene, and it was very cringy. I was like, yes, not going to talk about that one again. No, I don't even know how they got it. I thought I destroyed all of them. I'll have to talk to the father about this. And as I'm looking at the books, the middle daughter, she comes up behind me, and she's like, "What you looking at?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing." As I'm looking at this book, and I put it away at the instant she said that. And then I'm looking at the other books, and then I hear, or I feel a little pinch on my tuchus, my butt. It was her, and I was like, okay, well, See, Clovis is he was raised as a gentleman, and he's a little bashful. He is saving himself, to say. He's never been in a romantic relationship at all. So he's like, oh. Never been touched either. So he was quite shocked and uncomfortable and didn't know what else to feel. It was so funny. And I hear her giggle at my reaction. I'm like, and then I go back and I'm talking to the mother, and the little girl comes up and starts like tugging and playing with my tail, and I'm like, as she finally grabs it, I'm like, please don't touch it, it's sensitive. Ugh. And she's like, oh, did it hurt? And I was like, no, but didn't feel good. So please refrain from touching it. And she's like, all right. And so she was charming. Meanwhile, as I'm doing this, and the other two are in here with me, our dwarf druid, she turned into a spider and hid in my pocket until we were led up the stairs, and then she kind of crawled away. And she's looking around, and then she gets to this one room around this corner. There's two guards, and she's like, oh. And she scurries past them, and then she's looking around in this room. She notices under the rug, there's kind of like a slight indent of what a trapdoor might be under. Or under the carpet, the rug. And so eventually, she learns that indeed there is a trapdoor. And she waits till a bit later, and one of the guards goes off around dinner time, evening. And we go to dinner. She stays in the room, and the guard's like, there's a spider up there. Doesn't pay much attention to the spider. Eventually, she, I can't remember how it all went out, but she turns from a spider back into, her form as he's a little distracted. He kind of nods off, and he's been drinking a bit, and so she lifts it up, but she bumps something, and it crashes, and he wakes up, and he's like, who are you? And it's like, what are you doing here? And it's like, oh, the curse has been lifted. That's just whenever she gets caught and transforms back, we go with that. It's hilarious. Anyways, and then it's like, I don't know how I got here. I was placed under a curse. Is that alcohol? It's like, yeah. And then they get to drinking, and she drinks him under because she's a dwarf. They drink so much. And then, she goes down there, and then all she hears is a guard being like, what the hell? Again? And I was like, what? Where's the dwarf? What dwarf? There was a dwarf here. There was a curse that was lifted. And then, you're drunk again. You're in trouble. It's like, oh shit. And it was just hilarious. And so she gets down there. She's crawling around. She eventually finds behind some bars, on a pedestal in a very dark room, the egg. There's two guards in there. They're not facing the egg. And so she goes in and she takes the egg and then reverts back into a spider. The instant the egg is removed from the pedestal, alarm goes off. And we all hear it throughout the entire house. And we're like, oh, this isn't good. And so, the guards go into this one room. The two that were on watch go into this room. And they're looking around. And then one guard, that's Spider. That Spider's looking, I forget the word at the moment. Mysterious. Not mysterious. Whatever. You kind of get what I mean. And, it's like, yeah, got a jar? Yeah. And he hands him a jar. He's like, and gets the spider in the jar, closes it up. And so now our dwarf is this spider in the jar. And, it's like, oh shit. And then it comes upstairs. It's like, I found this spider in the cellar where the egg was, sir. And we're all at dinner, mind you. So it's like, let's see. I think we're gonna have to take you all for questioning. And so we all got questioned, and I didn't roll well on my deception checks, because God almighty, deception checks hate me. And so even with my plus, I think it's 7, I fucked up. So, yeah, it's like, alright, I'll tell you the truth. My friends and I, we've been under the, we're working for the Thieves Guild, and then Adam, cause he's nice, he's like, friend, wait, don't say that. One of your buddies has a familiar. You could say it wasn't is familiar. It's like, alright, okay. And so I rechange my phrase. My manager's familiar gets off on its own quite often, and I think that was it. I don't know what happened. What was taken? What was down there? An egg, a stone egg. What does this egg do? I cannot tell you. Alright, I will not pry. And so we go into this, and then it's like, Clovis, I'm gonna have to ask you and your friends not to return for a while. So please leave. And so, go leave. And, yeah. I'm not allowed to go back there for a while. I asked before I left if I could write. And I was told I could. So that's fine. Then later, during the night, the daughter found me. And she talks with me and she's like, alright, you gotta make me a deal. You gotta make me a promise. I was like, right. I'm a man of my word. What is this promise? I will keep my end of the bargain. She's like, you gotta meet me in town for a drink. I know a great place. I was like, I will. When? Next week. Alright. I will do this. Hope to see you there. And so, then we part ways. The party leaves. Then we go back to the Thieves Guild. We got your stupid egg. What does it do? Well, the egg, it increases, well, the rate of birth and fertility and all of that. So, yeah, we can't have that family making any offspring at the moment. It'll ruin plans for our employers, the city's employers. So, yeah, too late. And so I was thinking, after I heard that, like, what if I am a nobleman? What if I were to marry into that family? One of the daughters is interested in me. I could help the family. So, yes. So that's what I'm kind of thinking right now. Maybe I marry into the family. Who knows, Clovis may turn into a great relationship and stuff. Hopefully. So that's why next session, Clovis is a bait. We also learned... So, I forgot to mention, this town currently has a murder going on. Like a series of murders going on. And they haven't captured the murderer. And so we learn, after doing all three of these tasks, because the Thieves Guild knows who the murderer is, they said they would tell us who it is if we did all these tasks. The murderer is... Well, actually, I'm going to have to save that for the next video. I will say, though, that the murderer, the reason why this all kicked off was because the murderer killed the paladin that we've been traveling with for quite some time, killed her brother and her brother's family. So, yeah, it kind of sucked. But, yeah, you're going to have to find out who the killer is next time. So I thank you all so much for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Tell me how your day was. I love to hear how your day was, and I shall see you all in the next story. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you all so much.